Irie vibes at the beachside. Yeah, out here vibing out. One of the vibes I'm picking up though is like when I play the flute, it's like speaking the language of like, it's like a language of longing, you know? Like, I think I heard Rumi say something about it, it's like the reed longing for the breath, or I forget how Rumi puts it, but it feels like that, like it's a melody and a tune of longing, you know what I'm saying, like just longing for the Most High, longing for the Most High, you know, type of energy. Yeah. I mean, the flute I love the most because, you know, it combines emotion with the prana, with the breath, you know. So that's one of the reasons I love flute so much as well. It's like, and through it, I'm able to speak like the language of the heart. Like the heart can speak better through the flute than it can through words. Like, you know, it's deep. It's deep. It's like a prayer that it's like the heart speaking directly. You know what I'm saying? Rather than having to go through the translation of words. You know? It's crazy. That's real. Yeah. So it's like, without going through any medium of translation, you know what I'm saying? The heart gets its message across, just straight. You know what I'm saying? So it's deep. It feels good. I feel like it's a part of conjuring as well. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can conjure up things with the flute, and the best way to summons, you know, some of these deep vibes, best way to conjure and summons is through music, through the flute, and as well as as far as past lives and stuff, and you know, journeying as a spirit from life to life. It's like there's certain melodies that are the same as they've ever been throughout time. So as you play them at any time, you're actually connecting with, you know what I'm saying? You're connecting through dimensions and through time portals, kind of. I know I'm getting deep, you know, I don't want to get too deep on y'all, though. It's like, what I'm saying is, let's say you play a particular melody as Tutankhamun way back in the day, right? Let's say you play that same melody now, and it activates particular DNA in the same way as it ever has throughout time. So therefore, you're bridging the time portal. You see me, I say? So, though, it's a part of channeling too. It's like you gotta tap into a grace that and you know, that heart chakra. It's like getting that heart working. That's why, you know, I got Heart Work Online, you know, y'all can check that out. That's a website of mine, heartworkonline.com. And I got some healing music, guided meditations there, and all types of vibes. Though, I just brought that up to say, that heart, getting the heart working, right? It taps into a high technology. I don't know if to call it technology, though. It's really bridging time portals type of vibe through particular melodies, tones, and vibrations. You know what I'm saying? And it's like particular time, it's particular melodies with particular timing, you know, particular tones, everything particular. you know, at a particular time, in a particular way, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I guess what I'm saying is that it's deeper than entertainment. Like, music ain't just entertainment in all cases. You know, of course, in some cases, yes. Though, music can be used as a high technology. You know what I'm saying? Bridging time portals. Nah, but for real though, it's like, it goes deep. It goes deep. You know? And faith plays a part. Grace, you know, the grace plays a part. And really just being obedient plays a part, you know, being obedient to the Divine Mother, you know what I'm saying, to the Most High, to the grace, Supreme Grace Light, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's some really deep business. And also, like, people don't know that how much is needed as well, like, as far as earth grids and all of these type of things, you know. So, and really, you know, I came out here just to vibe with the flute and tap in and really expand the aura, you know, is a part of what it does, you know. It's a part of expanding the aura beyond the mediocrity, you know what I'm saying? Beyond the mundane, you know? And sometimes that's important. Like, it's important to expand the aura. Like, let that happen, you know? It's like, it's okay. It's okay to expand the aura sometimes, you know? And really, even with the flute, it's like, for me, like, when I really free up with the flute, the aura expands, like, on a level. Hey, what's up, Pigeon? It's like, it expands on the level to where it's like, you realize, like, you're bigger, you know what I'm saying? Like, you expand, like, you're bigger than, of course we're bigger than our body, like, but our aura expands, and it, like, you know, expanding of the aura. It's important to find a space where you can expand your aura, though. I do agree with that, like, and that's one great thing about beaches and, you know, parks and things like that. Anywhere where you can find a space to open, to free up, you know what I'm saying? Expand the aura, you know? It's like, that's mainly the important thing. Like, I talk a lot about, like, mind space. Like, wherever you go, you're sharing mind space, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes, like, where you live, you feel like you can't really free up because your mind space is being encroached upon or whatever, you know? And like Hawk was telling me yesterday, he was like, yeah, they say you shouldn't practice certain yogic practices like out in the open. You should, like, find a room, like, be, you know, find a sacred space because people's mind space like has an effect, you know. So it's like, basic point being, find some mind space like to expand your aura, expand your vibe, you know, and free up, you know. Like, it's important stuff, you know. It's crazy. And that's another thing I noticed too with the flute, is that a part of it is about freeing up. And in this world, like, freeing up is a rare thing. It don't matter what country you're in, no matter where you at, you know, who you are, what type of money you got, what status or whatever. It's like people have a problem freeing up. And I think that's a part of what I'm saying about expanding your aura, you know. It's like, I find as I meditate, like, and even with the flute meditation, it's like there's barriers, you know, and as you break past particular barriers, you find like there's grace there. There's pockets of blessing and grace and Shakti, you know, as you break past certain barriers, you know, of restriction and rigidity, you know, and fearfulness of, you know, what will this person think? What is this person thinking? And looking out to see, like, what is somebody thinking can get in the way of feeling, you know, and feeling is a language, that's like, that's more direct and doesn't need translation, you see. So it's like, basically what I'm saying is that a practice of freeing up is important, you know what I'm saying? Like, no matter who you are, no matter what status, no matter what country you're in, you know what I'm saying, what kind of money you got, you know, what title you have, you know, in a lot of cases people have problems freeing up. And freeing up is a place, it's a destination, you know, and people can't get to it. A lot of people don't know how to get to it, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're confined and binded by these thought forms. Do they see me? Do they like it? Do they not? Or, you know, everything's outward, you know? And there's like a yogic practice called pratyahara, which is like where you block off the senses, like the ears, the eyes, the nose, and it's like a practice in pratyahara where it's like you tap into the spirit, and that's what matters. That's where true value is, you know, spiritual value. You know what I'm saying? Actual real matter, you know, some matter is there, you know. Like if someone asks what matters, it's a great question. What really matters? We think this is matter. You know, all this physical stuff is the realest matter. I know I'm getting a little deep. I don't mean to get too deep on y'all. You know what I'm saying, though? So, to the question, what matters? What matters is beyond the cool. It's beyond the looking outward. Do they see me? What matters is a resonance within. Like, it's something that can be conjured from within, you know? What matters is a great question, like, you know? Like, because we feel like, okay, well, money matters, right? Okay, then pass on. Does money still matter? No, it's not matter anymore. It's not something substantial, you know? Like, what's actually substantial in life? Like, what's real matter? What's spiritual value? You know what I'm saying? What's real value? You know? It's like, so basically, I guess that's what I'm saying, is that it's beyond the cool. It's beyond the, you know, what do they think? So as I'm playing, I may hit certain notes that break open something, that say, like, okay, this isn't an organized melody. This isn't a note that makes sense to the basic mind, you know? And it's like, yes, that door needs to be opened. You know what I'm saying? Peace, Angel. Alright, peace, Adrian. So yeah, so it's like, as you break past that, your aura can expand. And you can tap into that next Shakti pocket. You know? Then you're breathing through your limbs. You're breathing like your aura is like, you know what I'm saying? It's deeper, it's further, you know what I'm saying? And your reality is more actual, you know what I'm saying? And once Grace sees, okay, he has the key of that faith, you know, to break out of that organized thought form, then it gives you something out of that chaos, you know what I'm saying? A song will come, or an idea, a melody, a vibe, or something will come, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, and it's a thing that, like, once it's resonating, it's like, it's a thing that doesn't need to be defined. You don't have to tell someone, you know what, I'm playing a flute, I'm playing a beautiful melody, you know what, this is something spiritual, this, that, or the other. I found this in this life, or this committing, this, or whatever the case. You don't gotta break it down. Like, it speaks for itself. Like, you know, an ecstatic state is something that speaks for itself. Like, it's not a beauty that needs makeup. You know, it's not a beauty that says, hey, look at me. It's something that taps into something that already is everywhere all the time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just interesting, you know? So, and I think a key into it has to be a level of humility as well, you know? So it's like, you almost gotta let go of the ego of, like, what do they think? What do they not think? Do they like it? Do they not like it? will the world like it? Will they get something from it? Do they see me? Do they not see me? Like, all the ego questions come down. Once you can get those to come down, then it's like you can be part of the one, which is something more powerful, more grand, deeper, richer, realer, more real, substantial, It's a place where there's real matter there, So, yeah, I just want to share some of the flute vibes with y'all and a few keys. And I'll probably hop back on. I just want to get back into the meditation, back into the flute. I want to lose myself, like Lauryn Hill said on that song. I had to lose myself so I could love you better. I love that tune. I had to lose myself. I had to lose myself so I could love you better. Lose myself in love, and that's just the way, yeah. She said it all right there. Like, yo. And people got lost in, maybe she's crazy, maybe she was in love. No, she dropping keys on that tune. You gotta lose yourself so I can love you better. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if I'm sitting here looking at y'all, I can't lose myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta lose your identity, your personal identity, and tap into the grace, supreme grace light. You know what I'm saying? And it's not to slight anyone. It's so I could love you better. You see what I'm saying? That's one of my favorite songs of hers. It doesn't need translation. You know what I'm saying? It don't need a breakdown like Harley. It's like, and it begins a conversation with something higher. It begins a conversation with spirit. And I want that, It begins a conversation with spirit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the language I speak. That's my native language. That's my native language. Melody. Melody is my native language. Exactly. It speaks for itself. You know what I'm saying? Ecstasy and serenity is my home, like, location. Like, that's where I feel comfortable. That's where I'm supposed to be. Like, all this bass, like, it's cool for what it is. It's just, I know within, like, what resonates, like, where, what's home for me. Like, it's interesting now. It soothes the savage beach. So real. So real. Yep. And it actually gets me more faded than bud. Like, when I was smoking bud, I would play the flute, right? And I'd just be toasted. Like, you see, like, when I get off the flute, I'll be like, just in tranquility. And then I smoke some bud, and it turns into like a heavy dross. Like, It's not the same high. You know, it's not a light high. You know what I'm saying? So this is a conversation with the Most High, like the flute conversation, the melody conversation. You know, it begins a conversation with the Most High. So if you take another high, you'll find that it takes you lower than the high that you were at in the first place. Anyway, looks like I got like 30 seconds remaining. So it's great building with y'all. Great sharing the keys. And one love. Exactly, it's a natural high. You know? And it's more closer to the higher high. The light. Alright, one love.